Leads 4-1 first set.
With the backhand, yes, and you're never there. You understand what I mean? You have space, trzasz, stay a little bit, try to hold it, drži na taj backhand stranu, drži. When you have a short ball, again you're waiting for the ball to come to you. So she has the time to come and get that ball when you try to open the corner. Try to cut the angles a little bit more. Attack when you have a short ball, that's fine. And you have to try. Go a little bit deeper onto the backhand side. Try to hold her there. Try to hold her there. She's serving good. Okay, she's serving hard. Sooner or later, the first serves won't start coming in that much anymore. You have to take advantage of those second serves and try to make a play. Razumiješ? How are you feeling? Kako se osjećaš? How are you feeling? Ajde, idemo, Gorica, contact in front of the body a little bit more. You're waiting for the ball to come to you. Sve ti se lijeve ruke na forehand. Okay? Držimo na lijevo, držimo na lijevo. I ne valja tu kratko. It's too short. It has to be a little bit deeper. Because if she can step in, then she changes direction. Okay? And be ready, right? Especially with the forehand down the line that she plays. Ajmo, možeš, dawaj, drži. Game by game, stay close to the score. Ale.
A lot of information for Elena Rybakina to take on board. It was interesting as well. Midway through the exchange, she just said, "Are you okay? How are you feeling?" She's just, "I'm okay." As in, seems like a very sweet, nice girl. As in. But yeah, it was pretty much a one-way conversation. Other than that, general gist of it was to get her to move her feet a little bit more and to be a bit more aggressive. Try and get on the front foot, but that's great counter-punching from Sabalenka in that point.
Yeah, another thing he mentioned is play deeper to backhand side of Sabalenka, and I really like that. And as well as he mentioned that yes, she's serving really good. But second serve, you have chance to attack, you have to attack, because then her first serve maybe fall apart. He mentioned also about cutting the angles as well. Actually, yeah, that's what I think with younger players. Maybe you have to give less information because, yeah. Like when you have Ash Barty, who is really long time on the tour and can adopt and mix that information and really have a conversation and really look outside the box even when she plays.
And so much.
Maybe for younger, unexperienced player, you have to say just really key points, 1 or 2, and just concentrate on them.
We've sort of talked about this before, haven't we? In terms of. Remember, and I've mentioned this a few times, Sir Alex Ferguson's book, he talked about players, only being football players, that is, only being able to take on 2 pieces of information max. Oh, that's a lot of luck for Sabalenka. But, of course, tennis being an individual sport, different players are different, aren't they, in terms of how much, and hopefully Stefano Vukov knows how much.
Yeah, maybe she likes
maybe
it.
Maybe she can absorb a lot and hear a lot. As you say, that there was a lot of information there, and it wasn't a two-way conversation, but maybe that is how they are set up. It's tough from our point of view because we don't know the relationships, and so we can perhaps overanalyze bits because we don't know Rybakina as well as Stefano Vukov does.
Good challenge there from Sabalenka. Yeah, totally agree. It's only our point of view, but it could be completely different.
Saves the first break point. And it's something that I was a little surprised with in terms of coaching seminars that I used to work on, and I haven't seen too many that have been about the on-court coaching, particularly on the tour. So coaches get very little advice with how to deal with that.
Yeah, because it's also so new, not so new, but just been a few years there on the tour. I think it's gonna come, but maybe a bit later.
Because it is you've got 90 seconds to get across your point, get across your message. That's actually a long time, but I think coaches panic and kind of think, I've got to give as much as I can here.
But I think you're right. The known fact that it's kind of known that player or athlete
Yeah, and it's so down to the player themselves, isn't it, in terms of how they want to receive information.
Yeah, the same way with practice. Some players need 6 hours, somebody needs 1 hour, and you would think it's unfair, but they could be playing at the same level, right? So it's all very personal.
And I understand from a coach's point of view is in wanting to give a lot of information, as in you're thinking, well, if you're watching the match, you're thinking, right, okay, I've noticed that they're, you know, struggling with the backhand more, and you need to actually get the second serve up more, put a bit more topspin on, you know, whatever it is. And you see all these little things that you want to give to your player. But I think sometimes you have to pick the two or three most important ones. But I understand them thinking, well, if I just say it, it might stick in.
Yeah, I have to say it's also very difficult from the coach point of view. I've been myself now for this year, and a few times called on court, and I was really stressed. Because I think before I know, you know, kind of as a coach when they're going to call you. So one game before you already start to think what you're going to say, and then you want to say so many things, and then you think, should I say it? Is it the right time, or how do you say it?
It's a ripper of a backhand from Rybakina. But also the other thing is that, you know, a lot of these coaches, someone like Stefano Vukov, aren't used to the limelight in terms of having the cameras on them, mic'd up. That brings a whole new pressure with it as well. Often you're in the background as a coach.
That's a very good point.
And that's why I just wonder about the training and you know, whether there will be seminars in the future about how to deal with it. And it's a little wild, and suddenly Rybakina is just started making